love for a minute. Before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it. Hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on. Here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's too.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. The action tonight will be happening out in Phoenix, where the Suns will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, at fourth place in the Western Conference, they haven't been an easy opponent for anyone to deal with this season. Really powering through this last leg of the season, Shaq, this late in the game, are there any final adjustments that the top teams can make before the playoffs start?
Yeah, you got to polish up your rotations. And if the guys absolutely need rest, give it to them, Ernie. Take a nap like this.
Take a nap.
He's really sleeping.
I see.
He's really sleeping.
As long as he doesn't snore, he
is really legitimately sleeping.
It's amazing.
He mentioned it, fell asleep, just like that.
He's got, everyone has a different mental state, as Shaq just showed. And for the playoffs, you have to have a really good one. And there's a lot of sleeper teams in the playoffs still left. And I have a sleeping bunch here. Back to you, Kevin. I'm kind of tired, too.
That's a great look at our location tonight. The home of the Suns here in downtown Phoenix. Everyone is in their seat here in the arena as the Suns look to grab a hometown win in Phoenix. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burton. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Looking at the last game for the Phoenix Suns, it was a win against the Mavericks in Dallas. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent. They come at you in multiple ways, depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's a pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. We should have a fan favorite here tonight. Two fast break teams. Lots of highlight reel plays. Doris, what can either side do to try and slow down the other?
Well, both teams love to take turnovers and turn them into highlight reel dunks. So, one, you've got to take high-quality shots, take care of the basketball, make sure you're getting good shots every trip, Kev.
So the Pelicans win the tip. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. We've got Holiday. Anthony Davis is out there with Mirotic. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Moore in at the small forward position.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
And Davis throws it down.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
And here are the Suns now. Chandler a screen. Payton with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. It's stolen by Davis. Shoots from 14. It's hauled in by Warren. We're about 1 minute into the first. Back to Payton. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Bender kicks to Chandler. Chandler. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, because of his length and toughness, so difficult to stop Chandler from converting off the window.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Now here's Payton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Expanding his range. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Chandler, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Break from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Davis. Well, you look back at the history of the Phoenix Suns, and they have had some incredible players suit up for them.
Well, you think Sir Charles, one of the famous names that have played for the franchise, but Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson. You're talking about some great players.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Payton passes to Chandler. Here's Bender. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Well, listen, though Dragan Bender is still filling out his frame, he can fill it up on the catch and shoot. There's no worries about that part.
And Davis throws it down. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Phoenix has gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. And Booker kicks to Chandler. And the dunk by Chandler.
You know, for a first guy early in his career, Booker's been tremendous finding the open man.
Moore with the bucket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Payton kicks to Booker. To the middle. Here's Bender. Great D that time from Davis.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
And so here's Phoenix. They trail by 3. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
You know, sometimes it's about gang rebounding, making sure everyone's in on the responsibility to board it. Let's see if it's more of a group effort tonight.
And they pick up 2.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Rondo against Payton. Chandler. And Chandler throws it down.
There's a guy who knows how to absorb contact and still maintain control. Chandler able to finish what he started.
Here's Davis. No good. Now the Suns take it the other way. Payton outside. Got a piece of it. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And let's look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Rondo.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Payton with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Misses from short range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Takes it off the glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here are the Suns now. It's a 5-point game. Bender with a wide open look. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel of
Look at that.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
The Suns shooting their first foul shot of the night.
What's up?
And that one misses. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. Two Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Here's Rondo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Out left to the wing. Booker outside. Lets the three fly. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those two anchors on the front line. Chance to check out the stats for Payton. His last 10 games, he's putting up 6 points a night, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And clearly, he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Right, because everyone gets out of rhythm on occasion. It feels harder than it should be, but you've just got to keep working.
New Orleans leading by 11. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
A deep shot specialist, Booker with the silky smooth release.
And that one's good by Davis.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Davis with the double team. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And it's Davis with the jam.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
And it's the Suns with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Rondo. No good with the triple.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Warren kicks to Booker. Back to Warren. With his first shot attempt, that one off the back iron and out. Pelicans leading by 14. Rondo wide open. The offensive rebound. Mirotic, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. New Orleans also making some changes. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Davis. Miller comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
One shot.
Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. And the Phoenix Suns, one of the younger teams in the NBA.
And I think, Kevin, you have to give credit to the Suns organization for making some great picks in the draft. Devin Booker and Marquise Chris both look like steals given where they were taken. The front office has added some franchise cornerstones even before drafting Josh Jackson this summer.
Good on the second free throw. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass. They are just killing them on the interior.
Now Daniels taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game.
Now, you love that Chris is willing to absorb that kind of contact and still send it home. Potential and one. Go ahead, young man. Nice work.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Doris, one strength that the Suns have is the length of their front court.
Right, Josh Jackson, the rookie, leads the way in that regard. But remember, Marquise Chris and Dragan Bender also with great length in the front court. And as these guys develop, they can pose a lot of matchup problems for opponents.
Fires the three. Miller grabs the miss.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter. Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Phoenix calls timeout. Doors with the players being so athletic and the plays happening so incredibly fast, the league is looking at maybe 4 or 5 officials. Would that just be more whistles or better officiating?
I'm glad you're chuckling about this because I don't know how the geometry of this works.
Thank you.
As it is, sometimes the size of the players seems to swallow up dimensions of the floor. Kevin, one of the things that Steve Kerr once said to me was, we are trying to make officiating a science when in fact officiating is an art, and sometimes mistakes is part of the human dynamic. Can we leave the officials alone, please?
And I think if they're over 90% correct, which is I think even low in terms of success in them calling a game, that is phenomenal. And the analytics, as you know, Doris, coming from the league office is off the charts. They've never been more detail oriented.
Correct. The NBA officials are the best in the world. Are they perfect? No. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Let's just play on.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Here's Chris. Chris with another miss. New Orleans leading by 18. Hill with it. Now guarded by Len. Took him no time at all on that one. And it's 6 points for Hill.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I'll tell you, he gets into terrific post position. The entry feed is right where it needs to be.
It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 8 points for Hill.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Ulis dishes the land to the middle. Here's Chris. Oh! That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Nice. How about 6'10" with a 38-inch vertical? You do the math. That's a heck of a play by Marquise Chris.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
He dishes it to land to the paint, and it's sent back by Hill. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Here's Holiday, and he banks in the layup. Holiday's got 6.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
.143 left in the first. Now, here's Ulis, guarded by Holiday. Lets it go with a 3. The shot that time, not on target. Pelicans leading by 22. The 8-footer. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 8.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
There's the pick. On the wing, Daniels. Back to Ulis. Shoots a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Ulis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Holiday with the 3. But they recover it. Second shot opportunity. Yep, that one goes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Len, a screen. Holiday brings the double team. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, this guy wasn't to be denied. Strong finish by Alex Len, and he'll go to the line to try and get one more.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
Well, still working to become a more accurate free throw shooter. And what you like about Len is he's getting to the free throw line a lot more consistently.
Back to Okafor. over Len. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Okafor's got his second basket of the night. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They get a hand on it. Here's Ulis. A 14-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the New Orleans Pelicans. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Right back after this break. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And the Pelicans have been rolling right along, haven't they?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, they are pounding away on the backboards. Every time that ball goes up, they are ready to go after it.
Chris is down low with Len to his side. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ulis. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Doris, some players, no matter how hard they try, can't make free throws in games. You spent a lot of your playing time at the line, playing guard for Providence. Why do you think this mental block is there for some players?
It's amazing the power of the mind relative to sports performance, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Because I do believe very often this can be much more about the mental than the physical side of it. Think back to Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, guys who are physically massive, and they say the size of their hand impacts their ability to shoot it. But to me, there is no question about it that sometimes it's just you're afraid. It's like the yips in golf. You just can't figure it out. And it becomes a scary place to be, standing alone on the free throw line.
Good comparison. Both free throws good for Okafor. Phoenix with the ball. Out to the right wing. Outside Jackson. Now here's Ulis. Defense is right there. Chris gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, this guy, one of the league's more promising stretch bigs. Chris with the smooth catch and release.
Holiday with the three. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
But both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight, efficient and effective.
Jackson setting the pick here for Ulis. Tipped away. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. Basket counts. Holiday's got 7 now in this quarter.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy. That's his second bucket from range this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Here's Okafor. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Len's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Okafor. 8 points for him. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jackson with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Len, a screen. Daniels passes to Len. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And it's 7 points for Alex Len.
Kev, the broad shoulders of Alex Len carrying more of the load inside.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Suns.
And they're getting them up from beyond the arc, shooting a solid percentage from out there. So thus far, it hadn't been a problem.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. New Orleans also making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Hill. Ejuan Moore comes in for Darius Miller. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Drew Holiday. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting five the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Yours, who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, to think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Well said.
And guys, they've allowed an embarrassing number of points off those turnovers.
And here is Warren. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Bender. Good. And a nice assist from Booker.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And pushing it up is New Orleans. The Pelicans again in transition.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Over in the corner, Bender. Down low, Williams. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And you got to love the unselfish play of Bender. When he sees a teammate wide open, he does not hesitate at all to whip the ball over to him.
Basket, good.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Peyton. Feeds it to Warren. Shoots a 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Payton kicks to Williams. Back to Payton. And here's Booker from the arc. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Mirotic has got his 6th rebound on the night. And Davis can't get it to go. The Suns have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Here's Williams. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by Clark. 6 points for Rajon Rondo.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Williams double team. Bender kicks to Warren. He feeds it to Booker. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in. Booker's got 8 points.
You love it when guys play bigger than you think they are. Booker proving that he's not just a threat from the outside.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Phoenix has gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Payton dishes to Williams. Back to Payton. Pass to Bender. Warren against Moore. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. And the jam by Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, always had great instincts defensively. Rondo using that length there to come up with the steal.
Suns have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. The 3. He can't get it to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Well, Phoenix shooting 47% in the second quarter. On the wing, Booker. Outside, Williams. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Warren, good. Well, for New Orleans, shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. And it's Davis missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Moore with the steal. Count it, good. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
That is really solid low post offense. You cannot waste those chances.
Davis. Excellent D there from Williams. Well, Phoenix shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Booker outside. Bender with the screen for Booker. Over in the corner, Bender. And it's off from three-point range. Now, we all knew Dragan Bender was going to be a project, and he was selected Doris 4th overall in the 2016 draft.
Right, and I think, Kev, his rookie season was mostly just a year for him to get his feet wet in the league. You saw flashes of his touch and abilities, and once that shot gets consistent, I think you can see why people are excited about what he brings at his size.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
On the wing, Booker. He's got 8. A three-pointer off the mark.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Here's Davis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So it's Phoenix now. Stripped away. Clark kicks to Rondo. Knocked away. And they're on the break. Here's Booker. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Phoenix. For New Orleans, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
shooting 2, gentlemen.
First free throw is good. Sun changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Bender. Jackson comes in for Warren. And Ulis subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And a change for the Pelicans. Miller's checked in. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Phoenix with the ball. Ulis passes to Jackson. Williams. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 6 points for Williams.
Yeah, really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first. This guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
It's stolen by Davis. The finish, and finished off by Davis.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
So for the Suns, Chris, he's checked in for Williams. And Daniels subbed in for Devin Booker. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here's Ulis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Jackson has the open look. Phoenix, no good that time either. New Orleans has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And Davis gets it to go.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Ulis with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. There's Jackson with the three. Drills it from outside. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about that mentality by Jackson? Looking to shoot it as soon as that pass was delivered. The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Now here's Chandler. 8 points for him. And there it is for him.
Listen, percentage-wise, Chandler has forever been one of the best at finishing around the rim.
And that one drops. Davis has got 43 points.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
Here's Ulis. It's stolen by Davis. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. .41 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A 4th would be inexcusable.
Doris, you look at Tyler Ulis, and people were surprised he lasted to the second round of the 2016 draft.
I think there were concerns about Tyler Ulis' size, right? This is an undersized point guard at 5'10", but you can't measure heart and his approach and knowledge of the game.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on both. The Pelicans shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And that one's good by Davis.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
And it's Davis with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. It's stolen by Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Knocks it loose. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And it's the Suns with the ball. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's more. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Now they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm. As smart and as safe as they're playing, they made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Pelican 5 right now. We've got Davis. Ejuan Moore is out there with Mirotic. Then it's Holiday, and it's Rondo in at the 1.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And the basket is good. Mirotic has got the first points to start out the third quarter for New Orleans. To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 17 now.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And a look here at the shot chart for Holiday.
Well, they say the mid-range game is a dying art form, but after looking at this shot chart, they are injecting a ton of life into it. Whatever space is being offered up to them in the mid-range, they have accepted and have continually knocked down shots to make the defense pay.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Peyton dishes to Bender. To the inside, here's Chandler.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Davis with the bucket.
Boy, this guy has had a major impact on this game. The scoring he has done has propelled them to this lead.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Listen, we know Bender is a big-time threat to throw it down, given how quickly he gets to the rim.
And finished off by Davis.
You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
The Suns have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Chandler a screen over in the corner. Bender. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Booker against Holiday. And no, that doesn't go. He's made 8, but that's his third miss. From downtown, no good from Booker. For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
And the shot by Warren, no good. Pelicans shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. That's good from Holiday on the assist from Moore. Moore's got 6 assists here tonight.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And they double up Peyton. Down low. Chandler kicks to Bender. Over Rondo. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Rondo against Peyton. Booker with no one around. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Well, the definition of the, quote, sharpshooter. Booker showing great balance and accuracy for a young guy.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
For New Orleans, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. Andrew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
Lenz checked in for Tyson Chandler. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Peyton's shot is off.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Davis. Rebound by the Suns. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Booker. And it comes off the front of the rim. On offense, here are the Pelicans. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Davis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It goes on Devin Booker.
At the line, Anthony Davis. At the line for
two shots.
And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Len, good.
That makes any coach happy. You don't force a tough shot, but you get a quality look from close range. Nice. How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Here's Peyton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Right wing. Now, here's Warren. Trying to find Len. Gets it to him. To the inside. No good from Peyton. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And Davis can't get it to go. Well, Phoenix shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Peyton kicks to Booker. Fresh shot clock for Phoenix.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points. Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Now here's Peyton. Len with a screen on Holiday. And they double up Peyton. Len passes to Warren. Over in the corner, Bender shoots over Mirotic. Bender, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Holiday knocked loose. The Suns shooting not great, 40% for the game. Booker in the corner. Again, the miss by Booker. Well, for New Orleans, shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And Davis can't get it to go. And it's the Suns with the ball. Warren with the ball. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Davis with the double team. Bender kicks to Warren. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic just got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Yep, that one goes.
Boy, this guy's a rock. You know, this is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
Peyton outside. And now it's Davis running. He can go all the way and finished off by Davis.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Peyton following the score by New Orleans. The dish now to Len. Over in the corner, Bender. Off target from three-point range.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
And here are the Suns now. The Pelicans make their last shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And you look at the numbers that T.J. Warren has put up over his career. Finds a way to improve every single season, Doris, and is a model of efficiency and consistency for his team.
Right, I think coaches love players who approach the game the way T.J. Warren does. He knows what he's capable of and stays patient. He can hit a 3, but he mostly prefers to step into a range where he is automatic.
2.
He misses the free throw.
I think T.J. Warren in this day and age of stretch shooting forwards is a bit of an outlier, right? His build is not as long as some, and a lot of his work is done on the inside of the arc. It's fascinating that he can be effective.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Jackson, he's checked in for Bender. Troy Daniels comes in for Devin Booker, and Tyler Hugh is subbed in for Peyton. He hits the second from the line. And for Warren, he doesn't play like most NBA small forwards, Doris, but that's one of the reasons he's found success.
Well, I think this is a guy who can make an impact beyond his scoring. He is really focused on being a better defender and being a better rebounder. This guy always feels comfortable with his offense. He's just striving to be more complete.
Here's Ulis after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Len dishes to Ulis. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Okafor with the block. Len passes to Ulis. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. The Suns making a switch here. Chris is checked in. Well, for New Orleans, shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. And it's Okafor missing. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And he makes good on the layup.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Suns shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Ulis kicks to Len. Dishes it to Ulis. Fires from deep. With the putback. It's good on the putback. And 11 points for Alex Len.
I tell you, they better work out harder on the defensive end to box him out. He's going to live on those second chances. Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Daniels kicks to Ulis. Now the pass to Len. On the wing, Daniels. Back to Chris. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Jackson. His three-pointers off the mark. Well, for New Orleans, shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. Well, some rookies have been making a name for themselves on the glass this past month. Let's see who we're talking about. Fifth is Josh Jackson.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Hill. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Daniels kicks to Ulis. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris with it, working on Okafor. Len, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Rajon Rondo. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's right around 9 points a night, 10 assists and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses. The Pelicans shooting well, 52% in the third. They came to play offensively in the second half. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Two shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Clark. And so Clark nails both of them. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And the Suns miss again. Pelicans shooting a scorching 68% in the game. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Now, here's Ulis. He's covered by Rondo. And it's Chris in the corner. From beyond the arc, Chris with another miss.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Outside Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I'll tell you, if he keeps missing shots, it's going to be a tough night to try to trim this lead.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Now here's Jackson. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Ulis with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Lets the three fly. Chris can't hit. Well, for New Orleans, shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. And that one's good by Clark.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Chris can't hit.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Hill left side. Baseline J on the way. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Ulis. He's got 5. Here's Chris. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Chris has got 16.
What an incredible night for Marquise Chris. If he can learn to score like this on a regular basis, look out.
Out to Miller. Launches it. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
Gentlemen, this guy goes from good three-point shooter to great when you give him that kind of space.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ulis. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That's foul number 2 for him.
Checking in your Suns, Tyson Chandler. Allen Williams.
Ulis at the elbow. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Miller. Here's Rondo. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. He's got 12.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans, able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Hey, let's keep it up, guys. Let's keep running, though. We can get out in the open court and run all we want, all right?
Alvin Gentry satisfied with some of what he's seeing, but would like his guys to pick up the pace.
And there have been some opportunities in transition that they have yet to capitalize on. It may have cost them some points.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Jared Dudley out there with Allen Williams. And it's Chandler, then it's Ulis, and it's Daniels in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Oh, what a beautiful pass, and then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. Ulis, good. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. And it's Okafor again missing. The Suns shooting a meager 37% for the game. Now, here's Ulis. Defense right on him. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Well, Greg, that's a huge error. You can't afford to make these kinds of mistakes when you're already playing from behind.
Diallo, he's checked in for New Orleans. Emeka Okafor, the bucket on the assist by Crawford. 13 points for Emeka Okafor.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Ulis dishes to Chandler. On the wing, Daniels. They swipe it. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Here's Crawford. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
2 points, that one goes.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Now, here's Ulis. Okafor comes in with the double team. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Daniels, no good. The Pelicans have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Ulis passes to Dudley. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got his 7th assist in the game.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Phoenix. And Doris, in the collective bargaining agreement, great news for retired players. Health insurance options, pensions will increase, tuition reimbursement fund. What does that mean to these players who gave everything they had for this great game?
You know what I love about this, Kevin? I think each of us stands on the shoulders of the people who came before us, right? Everybody is the product of all the experience that came before. So
yes.
You think back to some of the ages that shaped the NBA, the Bill Russell Celtics, the Jerry West Lakers, and then go on through the generations. It's important we acknowledge their contributions. I absolutely love what this CBA has afforded these retired players.
And I think the NBA actually has taken a lead in that among all of the national sports.
You know what, Kevin? I think the NBA, because of their great leadership, they're always opportunistic to say, how can we make it better for our players? How can we make it better for the fans?
And other leagues are following. Well said, Doris.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
The 3 from Dudley. Another 3 for Phoenix.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
And it's Okafor off the drive. Yep, that one goes in there.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
Over in the corner, Williams. It's hauled in by Diallo.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
There's Ulis after Emeka Okafor scored. Williams a screen. Ulis with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Ulis kicks to Daniels. Suns moving the ball around. Another 3 for Phoenix.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Okafor drops in the layup for 2. Okafor's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Ulis dishes to Chandler. Dudley against Hill. takes the 13-footer. Dudley, no luck.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players, 25%. Media, 25%. What do you think of that?
I love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group, and they cast the vote. Perfect.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Suns have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Chandler a screen. Crawford with the steal. And now the Pelicans on the break.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect in transition, right? He knew exactly what to do after picking that ball off.
To the inside. Here's Williams. And Okafor with the block. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Diallo, no good. Phoenix has gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Dudley the pass to Williams. On target from 13 feet. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Diallo, no good.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And Hill over to help. Poked loose. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Kicks to Daniels. Fires the 3. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And there's the call on Tyler Ulis. That will be foul number 5 on him. Brandon Knight, he's checked in for Phoenix. Pick by Okafor. Here's Crawford. Not going to go that time. Now the Suns take it the other way. Ulis kicks to Dudley. Back to Ulis. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got 7 rebounds in the game. The 3 from Hill. Rebound by the Suns. Daniels dishes to Ulis. Williams a screen on Crawford. Knight wide open, and that comes off the assist by Ulis.
That shooting stroke is just effortless. You can't afford to give Knight any room out there.
Offensive rebound, Okafor. Lays it up and banks it in. Okafor's got 24.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here is Knight. Inside, here's Williams. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Well, that shows a sign of maturity, guys. Everyone expecting Knight to try and score it. Instead, he finds the open man.
Crawford, no luck. Well, Phoenix shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. New Orleans has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Suns shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. A wide open look here for Ulis, but he recovers it.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
In the corner, Daniels cans it from downtown.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's the Suns with the ball. Takes a 3. They get it back. Williams can't get it to go.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
And Okafor with the block. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back. And it's Hill with the jam.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Ulis kicks to Williams, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
And the Suns making a change here. Chris is checked in. Miller's checked in for the Pelicans. Daniels kicks to Williams. Now, here's Ulis, guarded by Crawford. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That's his third foul of the game. Alex Len's checked in for Williams.
Alex Len.
And here is Ulis. And Hill over to help. Ulis kicks to Len. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting very well right now, 52% in this fourth quarter. Again, missing Hill.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame. Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Here's Miller, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Now, here is Knight. He kicks it to Daniels. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Daniels has got 9 points now in just the second half. Okafor with no one around. Miller, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Ulis kicks to Daniels. To the middle, Len, and he lays it straight in.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Launches a three. Len grabs the board. Len's got 8 rebounds in this game. And Ulis has it in the corner. Offline with his three.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
The Suns shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Ulis has got 5 points now in the quarter. On the wing, Hill, covered by Chris. Hill, no good. The Suns on offense.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pelicans.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Davis.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
And on the road, silencing the crowd, what a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
The Suns making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's a screen by Chris. Crawford with the steal. And now running up the court, Liggins pushing it up. Makes it off the glass.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Here's Daniels, and that comes off the assist by Ulis.
Yeah, guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
To the paint. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did, coming out of that timeout and never looked back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.